what is the entertainment industry going to look like by the end of the year? I've been thinking about this recently, and WrestleMania really got me thinking about it again. WrestleMania, in case you don't know what that is, it's basically the Super Bowl of wrestling. So it happens yearly. It's always a big thing. I mean, I feel like people that don't even watch wrestling watch WrestleMania. It's kind of like a lot of people that don't even watch football watch the Super Bowl. It's just kind of an event. I mean, I saw a lot of people tweeting about it the other day, and I didn't really know what was going on because I thought it got canceled, to be honest. But it went forward. They're doing it taped on sets. I watched a couple clips of it, and it was really strange. It's just so different because, you're so used to seeing it in front of a crowd, usually sold out crowd in a big stadium. I think it was going to take place in Florida. I saw something like 80,000 people were going to be there. It's always a big sold out event. But this time, after 36 years, it's in a closed set. And I watched a couple other clips from wrestling, and he had like Stone Cold Steve Austin come out, and he's got like a mic, and he's speaking to empty. He's doing his shtick where he's like, yelling. He's like, "Give me a hell yeah," and then it goes to empty chairs. And I was like, wow, this is weird. And it got me thinking, what's basketball going to look like? What's baseball going to look like? Because we're coming up on baseball season. What's that going to look like? Are they going to play to empty stadiums? Are they even going to play? I guess we don't really know how warm weather affects everything that's going on right now. So we'll see. I'm not so sure, considering it's going on in places where, warm weather is a thing and it's still kind of around. So I don't know, And it's not just sports, though. How crazy would it be to hear sneakers? When you watch the NBA on TV or even college basketball in general, basketball is the thing. Like, you don't really hear the sneakers hitting the hardwood. But imagine an empty stadium and the echoes from players bouncing off of the building and the sound of the sneakers. It would almost be kind of haunting. I don't know. A lot of things are going to change, and that's a fact. A lot of changes are going to think. Sports, the way Hollywood does business. You see here, we got Rap Pro talking about this. This is a little bit of an older article. With theaters closed and studio films going on demand, is movie exhibition doomed? And I think that that's a fair question as well. Are we going to just do sports in closed gyms? Are we going to just watch movies at home? Are all these things done? I think a lot of things about society are definitely going to change at the end of the day. I think a lot of things are going to change, and it's going to be different. Going to movie theaters, I don't think movie theaters are going to survive this. I really don't. And it's really starting to look that way because you see reports like this. AMC theaters may never recover and shut down for good. And that's kind of scary. Like theaters, like comics, comic books, that's another thing that I've been talking about because that's another industry that's probably not going to survive everything that's going on right now. It's really looking like that's going to be a major problem, and they're not going to last. So just like, movie theaters have been around forever. You had people going in there. They used to go in there just to get out of the hot weather because movie theaters used to have air conditioning. And I guess, as that was a place that embraced technology, I guess technology is going to phase it out as well. Because how many people are going to want to pay to go to a movie when they're experiencing movies on demand at home? Are you willing to shell out? Are you willing to shell out $40 to go see it with their family when you can just watch it at home for 20 or 30? And just make your own food? That's a question a lot of people are going to ask. And then, on top of that, people are scared they're not going to want to go and catch something. I think people are going to be afraid to be around each other for a while. It's just kind of the condition and the fear that we've been facing. So let's go ahead and take a look at this because I think it's the most interesting thing here, because this is another piece of, Americana, just of going out to do something, get out of the house, go to the theaters. It was always something relatively somewhat cheap to do. So S&P Global downgraded AMC Theaters' credit rating last week to CCC negative. They were originally at a B before the widespread movie theater chain closures occurred. This brings the popular theater chain from highly speculative to default imminent, with little prospect for recovery. In other words, there's a pretty good chance AMC won't be opening back up when all of this is over, which is terrible news for employees and moviegoers who were hoping for things to get back to normal soon. And I want you to understand something here. I believe AMC is the biggest movie chain in the country. Yep, there it is actually in the article right there. AMC was the biggest theater chain in North America. However, like a lot of big business, it is drowning in debt, and it's only getting worse now that all of their theaters are closed. It is believed that the same thing could happen to stores like Macy's and The Gap. This is proving to be catastrophic news across the board for businesses big and small. AMC reported a $5 billion plus deficit at the end of 2019 and losses of $149 million for the year. This is after netting $110 million in 2018. AMC's top executives have announced that they will be taking significant pay cuts to keep everything afloat as long as they can. Additionally, the company has furloughed 600 corporate employees. S&P analysts are unsure if all of the cost-cutting measures will be able to help out in the long run. They had this to say in a recent report, where they said, even after significantly lowering its fixed cost and capital spending requirements, we only expect the company's liquidity sources to last through midsummer and are revising our assessment of AMC's liquidity to weak. The company will likely pursue incremental financing through the CARES Act or its lenders, but it's unclear when or if it will be able to secure additional liquidity. If AMC is successful in gaining financing through the CARES Act, they may be able to keep their doors open. However, that will all depend on when everything is able to get back to some form of normalcy. For now, it doesn't look good, which means everybody, isn't going to be able to go out. And even when they do, I don't think they're going to be going to the theater. It's just kind of the way it is. So, how many things are going to change? Comics are likely going to be gone in some form, not completely. I think there'll be something there, maybe, but it's not going to be the same. I don't think sports are going to be the same. Theaters are going to be shut down. Things are going to be different. Restaurants, I think, will be smaller, probably going to take out a lot of their seating. What is everything going to look like? What is everything going to look like? It's crazy to think about how much is going to change so rapidly. But a lot of the things that we love are going to be gone. Movie theaters are likely not going to make it. I mean, this is the biggest chain, right? This is the biggest chain of all the movie theaters in North America. How do you think the smaller ones are doing right now? Now, granted, they're probably not sitting in as much debt, but they're likely going to face the same problems. What is going to sports going to look like? You think they're going to be able to pack 80,000 people in a stadium anymore? I mean, that's another thing to think about. I wonder how is that going to look? What's that going to look like? It's crazy to think about. Festivals, stuff like that. What's going to happen? But some of the stuff that we all enjoyed, going to the theaters, going to comic shops, I think a lot of those days are numbered. Going to the mall, that was already kind of on a death watch. But now you got to even talking about Macy's and the Gap closing. I think you're going to see a lot of those stores close down too. Everything is shifting to online, and it was already kind of happening. It already was kind of happening, but the thing of it was happening a little slowly, and some companies were even figuring out ways to survive. Best Buy has actually found a pretty good model to survive. They kind of become like an open play store in a lot of ways. You can go in there and play with things and figure things out and things you can't do online. They found a nice little niche, but a lot of other companies, were just now trying to figure out how to survive the future of the digital age. And, now those plans, if they weren't working on anything, they're done. You know, they didn't have that plan B ready. That's a wrap on them, and you're kind of seeing it now. Something with movie theaters, there's nothing they can really do in a situation like this. There really isn't. I think they were figuring some things out. I like, you know, you go into a theater now, you got the big recliners and stuff like that. A lot of the complaints I've had are gone. You got a lot of space. You know, you're not so packed in. Like I got elbow room, even sitting next to somebody. You can usually, some people will, you can get drinks there now. They got bars in most of these places. I mean, I like a lot of the stuff that they've been doing, but there's no way they can get around this. This is a totally different thing that there's just really no way. What are you gonna do? Have a theater where everyone sits 6 feet apart? I mean, you'll be able to pack in what, 25 people or something in the theater? There's just no way to economically survive that. So it's a strange world we live in. It really is, and it's about to get stranger. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you have to say. What do you think the entertainment industry is going to look like? Hollywood, they're all losing money. Like everyone's collapsing, but for sure, theaters are probably done. What do you think about that? Are you going to miss them? You care? What are your thoughts? Also, share the video if you would. That's the only way that the word is getting out right now on videos, because we're all getting buried in the algorithm. Seems like YouTube is just, I mean, I don't know about you. Like, I know Red Letter Media is doing well because every video auto plays to them. Like, they've obviously done something to the algorithm. I don't know what it is, but there's nothing I can do except ask you guys to share. And I hate even asking you to do anything. So, I'm grateful you even watch, but I would be even more grateful if you would share the video. Also, throw a like up. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.